Hello, so today we will watch a story about a girl who has albino and she also has red eyes. So if you know about albino then it's good, and if you don't know then Google.
That's actually a life hack.
Okay, we'll watch this video and we'll come to know that. No?
No. Tell me.
Fine.
If a person is albino then his body does not, his or her body doesn't produce melanin, so that person looks so white. I mean his skin is white, his hair is white, his skin looks pale sometimes,
So I hope you guys understand.
Better Google it.
So let's watch, like, share and subscribe also.
Growing up as an albino girl in India was absolutely horrible.
Oh, she's from India. High five. Khus.
My parents were poor basket makers who saw me less as their daughter and more as a bad omen and a punishment from God.
Why? Then they both should have slept earlier that night. No? Life hack.
My dad often talked about selling me to the circus, which gave me many nightmares.
Or you could have also gone to circus that night. Life hack. Use your mind. Or if you don't have mind then use... Anyways.
Because I didn't want to be put in a cage like an animal and be poked with sticks by mean little kids.
Instead of this you can give her good education so that you can be financially strong. No? Life hack.
But then, my dad had an even worse idea. He sent me out to beg on the streets. My white skin got me a lot of attention, and so people were more willing to give me a donation. However, albinos like me get sunburned really easily.
Yeah, as per my knowledge.
A woman once gave me some weird-looking food.
Indian people don't dress like this.
I thanked her and took a small bite, but it tasted horrible and I spit it out again. The woman started laughing when she saw my disgusted face, and only then I realized that she'd given me dog food.
I hope they will be bitten by a dog one day.
I guess she got a kick out of degrading me. Oh, and all the money I earned while begging, I had to give it to my dad. It took me several years to build up the courage to tell him that I had had enough and I wanted to go to school to get an education. However, going to school turned out to be even worse.
But where is school dress? Definitely the writer of this video doesn't know anything about India.
You don't know anything about it.
All my classmates knew that I had been a street beggar, and they ruthlessly made fun of me and treated me like a complete outcast. The only person that seemed to like me was Sajid.
Hi Sajid. What's your name by the way? I don't know. This girl's name is... no, she didn't tell her name, right?
Don't ask me, I'll never tell.
Who was from a higher caste than me. We often went on dates after school.
Hi, I'm Sajid. And then in next scene they are dating. And the Guinness World Record going to
Sajid. But when his mom found out that her son was seeing a poor, lower caste girl like me,
mom is also in this school. Probably his mom is teacher of that school, or probably his mom is principal of this school.
Wow, that's brilliant.
she hired another poor girl to make Sajid fall out of love with me.
What? And what about you? You are also out of mind, I guess.
This girl was much sexier than me,
By the way, this sexier girl doesn't look poor at all.
with big breasts and a pretty face.
She seems as poor as Kylie is.
Sajid told me that this girl would wait all night in front of his room, and when he opened the door in the morning, she would always act like a submissive slave and ask, "Good morning, master. Is there anything I could do for you?" That's all Sajid ever told me.
Good morning, master. Be my mister and make that girl your sister.
But whenever Sajid left his house, the girl would follow him, even when he was on dates with me.
This girl has no any other work instead of following him.
We were out eating dinner when she sat down at our table, took Sajid's hand and kissed it in a very submissive way. I screamed at her to go away, but all she said was, "See you later in bed, Sajid."
This story is so crazy. Another Guinness World Record for this girl. She also seems very fast.
See you later in bed, Sajid.
I couldn't believe the audacity this girl had. But then again, that's what Sajid's parents were paying her money for.
Oh, so she got paid.
To drive a wedge into our relationship. Well, the next day, Sajid told me that this girl had come into his room at night and just started kissing him.
Hello, Men's Help Center.
He told me that at first he thought he was dreaming, and so he made out with her for a couple of minutes. Knowing that he had had his first kiss with this whore instead of me completely broke my heart.
Now go and broke his ex. Yes.
But it gets worse. A week later, my dad came up to me and screamed, "You have to immediately break up with Sajid or I will lose my job."
What?
Yeah, go and break up with him. But before break up, don't forget you also have to break her. Yes. Yeah.
Sajid's parents have offered my boss in the basket factory a large sum of money to fire me. And the only way I can keep my job is if you break up with Sajid today. Of course I wanted my dad to keep his job. How else could he feed our family? But then I remembered how, for so many years, he had sent me out on the streets and forced me to beg. I still resented him for that. So instead of breaking up with Sajid, we ran away together to another city.
But what Sajid did, you forgot that.
I love him. I love him.
We both found work at a carpet factory, but Sajid had grown up rich and upper class, so he wasn't really used to hard manual labor. When a supervisor caught him daydreaming one time, Sajid got hit with a stick and was spit on his head. Then Sajid stood up, turned around and knocked the supervisor out with a single punch. He then turned to me and said, "I hate this life. Working from dusk till dawn, 6 days a week. I'm sorry, but I'm going back home to my family." Then he walked out and left me behind.
So now this is time to break his. Yes. Go ahead.
All on my own. For a while, I kept working at the factory, even though it wasn't safe. My albino skin made me stand out, and the other men kept staring at me as if they couldn't wait to put their hands on me.
Just leave Sajid. First break there. Yes.
I guess I looked exotic to them, and they knew I no longer had a boyfriend to protect from them. Then one day, my fat and ugly-looking boss asked me out for dinner. I politely declined his offer, but he didn't like being rejected.
Yes.
And told me I either went out with him or I was fired from my job. I told him, fine, go fire me. But first, give me my salary for this month. No. I can only pay out a salary if someone works a full month. I'm sorry, but in this case, you will get nothing.
And you will also get nothing. Go and eat your food by your own, which you always does, by the way.
Fat and ugly-looking boss. Luckily, my parents let me move back in with them, even though my dad had lost his old job because I had run away with Sajid. But there was still one problem. I had just found out that I was pregnant.
With Sajid. If you could have break his that day, then you wouldn't have to see this day. Life hack.
It's her choice.
Okay, it's your choice.
I thought about telling Sajid about our baby, but I was scared that his parents would force me to get an abortion. That's why I waited until I had given birth before I called Sajid and told him he was a father. He came to the hospital screaming, "You filthy girl! My family had already arranged a marriage for me with another girl, and it's too late to cancel the wedding now." Oh, really? And what about becoming a responsible father? Is it too late for that too? If you don't support us, then your son will grow up poor, just like me. Oh, it is a son?
Oh, it is a son. What? You wanted son, not daughter. Just like your mom, you are also out of mind. And you know what? People like you just shouldn't be out of mind, but also out of...
The next day, he invited me to his parents' house. I sat down with his mother, and I could tell that she was furious. She pointed at me and told Sajid, "This whore got pregnant by some street beggar. Son, it's not your child." "Mom, I hate her just as much as you do, but it's still my child. I know it."
She didn't do anything to you. Why you are hating her? I want to kick ass you actually. I don't know about this girl will ever do, but I really want to. Hit like if you also want to.
They started screaming at each other until my baby started crying. Then Sajid's mom turned to us and screamed, "Shut up!" at my baby and ripped it out of my arms. I tried to get it back, but she was bigger and stronger than me. Meanwhile, Sajid just watched and did nothing. Out of sheer desperation, I ran outside the house to find help. I found a policeman nearby and took him with me to confront Sajid's mom. However, she just smiled, pulled out a big stack of cash and offered it to the policeman. He was reaching for it.
Indian money is not dollar. Indian money is rupees. I think the maker of this video is also out of mind.
And in the last attempt to get my baby back, I fell on my knees and I begged the policeman to help me find my baby. Luckily, he had a change of heart. He rejected the bribe and together we searched the house until we found my son hidden in a small drawer. He was healthy and asleep.
I knew that policeman would easily find him because her mom is already out of her mind. And this proved it.
Afterward, Sajid never contacted me again. He wants nothing to do with me or his son. That's why I'm a poor single mom. My parents' income wasn't enough to feed my baby, so I had to become a beggar again. I kind of enjoyed it though, holding my baby in my left arm and an English textbook in my right. That's how I tried to educate myself. Sajid's parents once sent a thug to kidnap my son and take him away from me. But luckily, I had a knife on me. Something every beggar girl needs to defend herself in India.
It's good to have knife, but also it's good to have mind. You could have closed the door before sleeping.
You wouldn't believe how many creeps will approach you and offer to let you sleep in their home. They all act super friendly, but I knew better. I also knew that it wouldn't be long before the thug came back. So I moved to another city. There I slept in a women's shelter at night and begged and studied during the day. It took me 4 years of studying to reach the highest English proficiency level, C2. With these skills, I was able to become an assistant teacher in a private
Oh, she got a
elementary
job.
school,
Good.
making $500 a month.
I don't know in which place in India she is living where currency is in dollars. Oh, I forgot. Make of this video is out of mind.
Most of the students were the kids of ambassadors and international businessmen. They were all super spoiled, and I once saw a kid scream at her mom, "You promised you'd give me 1 lakh rupees for the weekend."
I think the maker of this video heard me somehow. Because she's asking for 1 lakh rupees, not dollars.
1 lakh is more than $1,000, by the way. Her mom responded, "Yes, and I gave you 1 lakh yesterday. Have you forgotten?"
Yeah, I forgotten because my mind got rotten.
"But I already spent it, so now I have nothing left for the weekend."
Her mom is looking chill. Otherwise, she probably would have gotten 1 lakh slaps instead of 1 lakh rupees till now.
I don't want to talk bad about rich people though.
Yeah.
It's her choice.
The mother of one of my students, Asavri,
Hi Asavri. I never heard these names in India by the way. Asavri. Sajid. Sajid? I think so. But...
really liked me and asked me to move in with them as a 24/7 caretaker for their daughter.
What? She's already a teacher. Why is everyone is out of their mind in this story?
They offered me a $700 salary, so I accepted.
Again dollar. No, the currency is rupees, not dollar.
And I was allowed to bring my son too. They had a big pool, and when I went inside, Asavri said, "Why are you so boring? Don't you like waves?" She pushed on a button and the freaking swimming pool started creating waves. I liked the girl, despite how spoiled she was.
Why is it boring? Why is so boring? Don't you like waves? What is the correlation of boring and waves?
One time, she complained to her mom that she wanted to sit beside her best friend during classes. The school had refused her request at first, but when her mom offered a big donation, they quickly changed their mind.
And why would a teacher denies if a student wants to sit with his or her best friend? And why would a parent give big donation just for this small thing? Everyone is out of mind but with lots of money. Very abrupt ending it has. Okay, so that's it for today guys. So although this story has very abrupt ending and I don't know why. It seems like something just ended in halfway. I don't know. But and this story has nothing with Albino. They just use the title. I don't know why. So thanks for watching. I hope you like this story. Like and subscribe. Bye.